Podcasting from Hartford, you're listening to the Connecticut Scoreboard Podcast.
For another week here with DJ Morgan. DJ, thanks so much for coming back on.
Oh, yeah, thank you for having me again.
So we got Army this past week. Take us through what that game was like, because I know we always hear about Army's vaunted triple option offense. We saw it was tough. Take us through what it was like from your perspective in going up against that offense of theirs.
From my perspective, it was everything that we thought it would be. Of course, we know they're going to run the ball. We know it's triple option coming out. But one thing that Army did in their preparation, they watched the Navy film from 2019. So throughout the week watching Navy, up to this point, a lot of their offense was the quarterback and the dive player.
Mm-hmm.
So they didn't use their pitch players a lot. But they went back to that 2019 film, us against Navy, and they saw we had troubles with the pitch with Navy. So Army implemented more of the pitch into their offense going into this week. And that was just something we had to get adjusted to. And we ended up second half.
Yeah. So going into the rest of the season, are you able to take much away from this week of prepping for the triple option? I know you won't really see it much the rest of the way, but is there anything you could take from it that you could apply to future games here?
Yeah, just being disciplined, just continue to stay disciplined and reading our keys. And I think that's definitely going to be something we're going to have to do this week, going against a very veteran, experienced Wyoming offense with a lot of guys up front that have had 30, 23 starts in their career, and just reading our keys. One thing they like to do is give us a couple false keys. So as long as, we can read our actual keys and pan those, we should be fine. Similar to what Army does and the Navy does with the triple option with the false keys.
Yeah. In terms of that game against Army, the first half was tough, but you guys definitely made some adjustments and played a much better second half. What were you guys able to do in that second half that helped you guys, be in that game a little bit more and really play a good second half?
We were able to settle down. I think a lot of it in that first quarter, it obviously our scout team is going to do the best they can do to simulate Army.
Yeah.
But obviously our scout team hasn't been playing the triple option for 3+ years or however long it's been. So it's happening a lot faster. So being able to settle down more and read our keys in the second half better than we did in the first half definitely helped.
I know one thing, being there at West Point, you get all the theatrics and all that comes with being at West Point. Were you guys able to take in sort of any of the experience? I know you obviously not the stuff they do at halftime in the game there in the pregame, but were you able to walk around the campus at all or get any feel for being at West Point while you guys were there on the trip?
We weren't able to walk around the campus, but just being in the stadium, you could feel the tradition that's there. It's definitely one of those venues it's a lot of rich college tradition there. And it was cool to be a part of it. Hearing the cannon after every kickoff or touchdown. I think the opening kickoff, I was on Kickoff Return and the ball got kicked off. And as soon as the ball is kicked off, I hear the cannon. I'm like, oh, damn, they shot the cannon. But it was cool. It was a cool experience to have, though.
One thing that I thought was interesting about this game had a new person at quarterback in Tyler.
Yeah.
From being around Tyler, tell us, what he's about a little bit and what he brings to the team there.
TP, he's fierce. He's a fierce competitor. He's a tough guy. Even if he's not, 6'5", but TP's tough. He's in a fight. And I like the enthusiasm that TP comes with each and every day. And his number was called this week. He went from running the scout team the previous 3 weeks to getting his number called to start. And I think he performed really well. And I'm excited for him to continue on this journey.
When you look at the quarterback position, it's always the guy who's really a big-time leader of the team. How's he been stepping into that leadership role as a true freshman, really just kind of getting situated with college in general and now being tasked with leading the team on offense?
He's stepping up really well. He's definitely taking note from, some of the older guys that we do have on offense. And he's leading that offense. He's commanding the offense and he's running the ship.
In terms of getting ready for this week against Wyoming, what are you guys looking forward to in that matchup against them?
We're definitely looking forward to being back home in Connecticut in the rent. And one of the things that defensively we're looking at as far as with Wyoming and stopping the run. They're gonna bring out a lot of different personnels. They're a pro style offense, so they're gonna give us 12 personnel, 11 personnel, 22 with the fullback. They're gonna give us 21. Shift from 13 personnel to empty. They're gonna do a lot of formations. So this is definitely a week where recognition of formations is big for us. Getting lined up quickly when they do decide to go tempo and executing.
We've talked in the past about how there have been some rebuilding processes in place here. How have you felt the team has improved from that first game against Fresno to where you guys are today?
I definitely feel like we're definitely trending upwards. Going into that first game, of course, against Fresno, we played tough in the beginning, and then it kind of died down. Similar to the first 3 games were all the same. Start really fast, and then we can't put a complete game together.
Mm-hmm.
And for this game, we start slow, but now we put the back end together. So now we've shown that we can play in both halves. Now we need to put it all together to have a successful game.
Yeah, and I think it's cool to just be able to see those different things that we haven't seen in a while out of UConn. I mean, we saw the kickoff return for a touchdown this week. What was it like on the sideline for that?
It was electrifying, especially because all week, Coach Allen was telling us, he's like, we're getting close. Like, we watched the film from, I believe, Holy Cross. We had a close one. There was a seam up the sideline that we missed. Purdue, same thing. We had a couple seams against Purdue, and so this was the week. Coach Allen was like, "This is the week. We're literally this close to return kick. Like, this is the time." And up to this point, everyone that played against Army was fair catching everything. No matter where the ball was kicked, it was always a fair catch. And maybe it was out of fear of just their kickoff team. You have a kickoff team before the ball's kicked off, they're hitting themselves in the head. So
yeah, I saw that guy. Yeah.
Scare a couple of people, but Coach Allen was like, "No, we're gonna take one back on these guys," and we took 2. It just happened one of them got called back, but we definitely took 2 back.
I know with Coach Spanos taking over, there's been a new guy over at defensive coordinator. What's that been like, and getting to work with him, and have things changed much in terms of schemes since he's taken over?
Oh no, not much has changed with Coach Horton as far as scheme. But Coach Horton's a really good coach. He knows exactly what he's doing, and he brings the juice every day to practice as well. So it's been fun playing for Coach Horton as well as playing for Coach Spanos.
I'm curious, just to get into your mind a little bit. As a fan, we're always looking at the teams you guys have played in the past and see how they're doing. Do you keep up to date with the scores? Like, you see Fresno goes out and has that big win over UCLA, and you're like, "Hey, that's a pretty good team we went up against." Yeah,
no, we definitely keep up with it. We were a couple of the guys. We were in the locker room. Me, Jackson Mitchell, Jay Rose. We were talking about our strength of schedule, and we were like, we've played some tough teams. So we're not playing against any patty cake walk. This schedule is easily double, 10 times harder than the 2019 schedule. Of course, Fresno State had a big win over UCLA. Went up to Eugene, Oregon. Took them to the brink. And then Purdue went up to South Bend.
Yeah, and played them pretty well.
Yeah, it took Notre Dame down there as well. So we're playing some tough opponents. And, of course, the schedule only gets harder. And each opponent, we got to come with our A game.
Yeah, no, a lot to look forward to in this schedule. I think it's going to be a fun stretch that we've got coming up here. I'll get you out of here with this just to get to know you a little bit better. I know you're a Cali guy. Which NFL team you root for?
I'm actually a Denver Bronco fan.
Okay, interesting.
So growing up, my dad, he's always been a Broncos fan. His older brother was a Raiders fan. So my dad went opposite of him and chose the Broncos. And then for me growing up, there wasn't an LA team
right
while I was growing up. So I just jumped on board with my dad as a young kid. And I've always been a Broncos fan since.
All right. Off to a good start there, 2-0.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, awesome, DJ. Really appreciate the time. Looking forward to the game against Wyoming, being back out at the Rent, and best of luck this week.
Thank you.